Welcome to the Milk and Cookies podcast. This is the super amazing podcast that has absolutely everything to do with American football, nothing to do with Milk and Cookies. My name is Alex, joined today with Anthony and Leon today. Uh, Finally, nice to have all of us back. Today, we're going to be doing our divisional breakdown series of the NFC East, possibly one of the worst divisions in the NFL. If you don't know, agreed, right? All around
Agreed.
agreed.
I agree. They suck.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't mean it like that if you're looking guys, but
Just like
Yeah.
some mediocre. I would say it's mediocre teams. Mediocre,
Yeah, not the most.
talented.
Yes, okay, that's another word. I'd say efficient. But if you guys don't know what the NFC East is, it's the Washington football team, Dallas Cowboys, the New York Giants, and the Philadelphia Eagles. So without further ado, let's just jump right in to the first team, and that is going to be the Washington football team. Leon, you want to start us off?
yes, Washington. They got Fitzpatrick. I think he's going to be a starter this year over Heineke. They just signed him, but they're saying Ryan is the starter. Their defense is phenomenal, and honestly, I think they can win a division again.
Do you think you can win the division again?
Yes, they can win it again.
Okay.
Which their division, we know what happened last year. They got into the playoffs. They gave a good round to the Bucks.
It was a good game. It was a good game.
They didn't deserve a bid. Like, I'm just saying, the whole division was sorry. They didn't deserve a bid.
Yeah,
No one deserved it.
A team that went 7-9 somehow made the playoffs, and even then, there was the Arizona Cardinals went 8-8, and they couldn't make the playoffs. But a divisional, whatever. Anthony, you got anything to add on top of Leon?
Honestly, Washington. It's going to be an interesting year in this division. I look for another losing record team to make the playoffs.
And wow, another losing record team. Okay.
So nobody's going positive in this division?
No one's going positive.
Wow. Alrighty. No faith we see this time around.
We're writing them already.
Alrighty. So just to put a brief overview, I think the NFC East this time around this year will be better than last year. But then again, the bar is set really, really low. So you get like one team that gets like 9 wins. Or no. And just give me any team that has a plus 500 season, and I think that would be better than last year. But just starting up, I genuinely do think I'm with Leon on this. I think Washington will definitely get the divisional title again. Do I think they'll make it deep into the playoffs? Not necessarily, but they definitely look better than normal. That being, yes, the addition of Ryan Fitzpatrick definitely gives them a starting quarterback. Not like elite starting quarterback, but definitely a quarterback that they can just temporary placeholder. I mean, as a Dolphins fan, even a Bucs fan, we know what Ryan Fitzpatrick is capable of.
Fitzmagic.
Yes. Key additions. Bobby Mccain, after the Dolphins cut him, was signed to Washington a couple of days later. That'll definitely help bolster that defense that is already borderline elite. They did lose Ryan Kerrigan to free agency, but was picked up by Philadelphia. But I don't think that's necessarily a thing that's going to hamper the defensive line or even the linebackers and what they're capable of. Offensive-wise, they did get Eric Flowers back. After losing the free agency in 2020. Overall, this Washington team is definitely going to be better than what they were last year. And honestly, I say they're at least 2 years away from definitely making a huge splash.
Yeah. Define huge splash.
Looking as if they're competent enough to even advance to the second round of the playoffs.
Fair enough.
So
if they get that franchise quarterback.
If is the key word. We already know what happened with Dwayne Haskins and prior.
He's on the Steelers now.
Yeah, he's the backup to the Steelers, probably the third stringer behind the guy that got his head caved in, Mason Rudolph.
Oh yeah, Mason Rudolph.
So
I forgot about him.
Yeah, everybody forgets about him. So let's transition into the next team in the NFC East, and I know Anthony is going to have some choice words about this team. Let's talk about the Dallas Cowboys. Anthony, would you love to start us off?
I would love to, Alex.
All right.
Or should I say Alexander?
All right, let's hear it.
Dallas Cowboys, not America's football team, in my personal opinion. It's just going to be another rough year. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you get Dak Prescott back. Coming back from an injury, he's going to be healthy, let's say, week 1 against defending Super Bowl champions, the Bucs.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like he's gonna struggle this game. He's gonna be inconsistent. He's going to struggle. I have a feeling he will get benched in the game. That's how bad he's going to struggle. And then you have Ezekiel Elliott, and then you got Amari Cooper. You have Jerry Jeudy, and then Jabril Cox on defense, not knowing majority of the other players' names, but
Wait, let me just stop you there. Jerry Judy's on the Broncos. I think you're
Oh.
talking about CeeDee Lamb.
CeeDee Lamb.
I take it back,
I-
guys. The Cowboys are going to win a division.
Whoa!
Whoa!
Okay, that's a turnaround.
The team is looking good. All right, they're
I
looking.
don't see the team looking good.
They're better than all the teams in there.
All right, Leon, let's hear it. Let's hear this.
I got the Cowboys winning the division. They're better than all the teams in their division. The Eagles aren't close.
Okay.
Washington defense is pretty good, but they're not close. And then you got the Giants.
Yeah, the Giants.
The Giants.
So let me ask you this. I mean, I
Don't-
think we can all agree that Dallas's offense is what makes the team
Yeah,
the team.
if Dallas's offense stays consistent,
Mm-hmm. Now,
that's the key word.
well, I
Stays
mean, the thing is
healthy
that
and
with
consistent, then they might win the division.
well, I mean, that's granted for
but-
any team. If any team stayed consistent, then they'd win then they would win the divisional championship. But at least in this case, Leon, let me ask you a hypothetical. Let's say Dak Prescott stays healthy almost every single game, barring any, like random injury, like a knee injury. Do you say that this team would go over 500?
Oh yeah, they will
No.
go 500.
Really? Even with now, do you think? What about the defense? Because the defense is what's really kind of setting them back behind.
Well, when Dak was playing, a lot of the games that I watched, like in particularly the Seahawks, they scored a lot of points. But I just think it was bad clock management.
Okay.
I think their offense needs to hold the ball a little bit longer. Yeah, they're scoring fast. They got weapons. I'm not gonna lie, they got weapons.
Yeah, they do have weapons. It's just
Clock
if they
management.
stay healthy, that's
Well-
another key word. If they stay healthy, they'll be dangerous.
I mean, yeah,
but-
if they stay healthy, I mean, we know
But even
what
if
teams
they
are
make the
capable of
playoff,
if their team stays healthy, like San Francisco. San Francisco gets so many injuries every single year, and look what happened last year.
but
So
if they make it to the playoffs,
if
they
is
go out
always
of the
key
first
word.
round.
If is the key word for any team. Now, here, let me put my 2 cents in this one. So I made a promise. I can't be as mean to the Cowboys anymore. I got to dial it back a little bit. Not too much.
Why is
though.
that?
Huh? Don't worry.
Why is that?
I'll tell you. But anyway, I've been bad. I've been mean to the Cowboys. I have
Yeah, you kind of have.
said some things that are correct, but at least let me say this. The Dallas Cowboys offense, if Dak can stay healthy, will probably be top 10. I think top 10. I agree with Leon. They have weapons. They have Amari Cooper. They still have CeeDee Lamb, which I think will have a gigantic sophomore jump. The O-line is still good. I think Zeke would have an average season. I think he's going to somewhat prove the haters wrong, but also not really go
He's a bust.
top 5, top 10. I'd say he would be average. Dak Prescott
But
will definitely earn
I
comeback player
think
of the year.
Zeke's a bust. I
how
think
is
he's a
he a
bust.
bust?
He's a one-hit wonder.
I don't think so, man.
Has one good season.
What was
One
rookie
good
season?
season was his rookie season.
I think this is when Zeke is gonna have a flash towards.
How many years has he been in the league?
He's going on
Probably
his
like 4 or 5,
5th. He was drafted in 2016, so he's going on his 5th now.
5th year.
5th year.
This could be contract. I know could be contract year unless he signed an extension.
I'm not
But-
entirely sure what the whole Zeke contract is, but I do think that Zeke will make a bounce back, not similar to the first or second season, but somewhere in the middle. I would say give him 1,100 scrimmage yards, majority are rushing yards. But Cowboys' offense is good. The defense is what terrifies me. They did make some key additions, as in Micah Parsons in the draft. They did add a tight end, a more younger tight end to the offense. I think the Dallas Cowboys defense is certainly going to be the main problem, as always, especially with how their defense looks. But I do think that they will be doing a lot better compared to last year. So before we spark more debate about the Dallas Cowboys, let's move into the New York Giants. Anthony, go ahead.
I'm gonna shock the world with y'all.
I swear, if you say the divisional title,
I'm saying the Giants are winning the division. I'm calling it. I think the Giants are gonna win the division.
What makes you think the Giants?
yeah, I want to hear this one. Let's hear this.
I like the underdog story about this. I like the underdog story.
Daniel Jones?
Yeah, you got Daniel Jones. You have Calvin Johnson. You have Kadarius Toney. You took in the first round.
Wait, whoa! Hold up! Calvin Johnson.
Not Calvin Johnson.
Kelvin
Kenny
Benjamin?
Galladay?
Kenny
talking
Galladay.
about-
Kenny Galladay.
Oh, I thought you was about to say Kelvin Benjamin. So Kenny Galladay. Okay.
Yeah, I'm getting mixed up with too many
But
former.
so you're saying a rookie
And you
can
have
save the
Saquon
team.
Barkley. When Saquon's healthy, he is dangerous. And in my personal opinion, when Saquon's healthy, he's better than Ezekiel Elliott.
So how many yards does he get versus the Redskins?
How
I
many
mean-
yards does Saquon get versus the football team, you mean?
Yeah, the football team.
I don't remember the last game I watched.
I mean, in the second year, 0.
yeah, in the
he
second
kinda
year,
tore his
0,
ACL.
but
I mean, I'll say this.
He's not running over 100 versus them.
Over 100. Well, I mean, against probably
I
arguably
got
the
the
best
Gi- I don't
defensive
know.
line. No.
I just have faith in the Giants this year.
Okay.
I
Well,
have faith.
Faith is always a good thing to have. That's always a
Yeah.
good thing. Now, Leon, I'm pretty sure you want to tell Anthony why his faith is wrong right now, right?
Yes, his faith is absolutely wrong. The Giants did I think, the worst in the draft. They went for a receiver over lineman.
Okay.
Daniel Jones, every game I watched, he was running for his life. That's why they did the little read option plays a lot. Yeah, he had a little, scampers where he was out of there, but it's not going to work.
Okay. So
See,
you have your opinion about the offense. What about the defense? Do you think the defense is going to hold up to allow Daniel Jones to,
Their defense is actually good. I'm not going to lie to you. They have
Okay.
some studs. They
No.
do a lot of good stops.
Looking
Okay.
looking at their draft right now, the Giants, they
Mhm.
took Kadarius Toney in the first round. They
reach?
took Azizi Ojulari. They took Aaron Robinson, Ellerson Smith, Gary Brightwell, and they took Rodarius Williams. So they took a receiver. They took a
Only the
line.
first four would play.
What?
I was about to say, after after the first two names, I didn't know
Yeah.
a single person you said.
Yeah, Robinson would play. I know he's
Robinson's from
UCF,
UCF.
But the other after that, I don't even need to know their names.
Leon said they're going to get cut before week 1, so why does it matter?
Ojulari,
No.
good addition to the defense.
Yeah, a good addition to the defense. He is. He was a steal in the second round, I'd say.
Oh,
Ojulari
yeah.
was a high second, late first round pick in my draft board. But I will say this.
Agreed with Alex. He was a late first,
Could-
early second.
Kadarius Toney was a definite reach. I'm with Leon that they could have grabbed
Yeah,
the
it
lineman.
was-
There's
I
still-
agree that Kadarius Toney was a reach.
A
Yes,
big
I
reach.
agree with that.
Mhm.
But it's a weapon for Daniel Jones.
But you also have to realize that he has Darius Slayton, Kenny Galladay,
Ingram
and
at
Sterling
tight end,
You
Shepard,
can
his
never
most
have too many
targeted
weapons.
player.
and
never
Evan
have too
Ingram, and Saquon Barkley. I mean, the offense is loaded. The line is
Shepard.
trash.
They got
Daniel
Shepard too,
gets
right?
cut.
Yeah, they have Sterling Shepard. Their starting
And
three
he's
is
like
Shepard, Slayton, Galladay.
So it wasn't needed. They could have got a nice offensive line.
Now, okay. Besides who they drafted at 20, you also have to realize that was not the original draft pick. They did trade back with Chicago. Which-
Yeah, you're right.
For
The
Chicago
Giants'
to
future
take-
is good, but this year is not going to look good. I will say this. I wouldn't be surprised if the Giants ended up shocking me during the regular season, but just right now, off of past seasons, I say this. Daniel Jones is not the future. He has fumbled the ball 27 times in 27 games that he's played in. That is
So,
basically
fumble
similar
30.
to Jameis Winston's 30 touchdowns for 30
Yeah.
interceptions. Yeah, you know what?
Winston
30
was
touchdowns is
what?
good, but you also have to realize the other side, which is 30 interceptions. And Daniel
He threw
Jones saying,
103 interceptions in 63 games.
exactly. I mean, look at Daniel Jones. He started and played 27 out of 32 games, and he's
Yeah.
fumbled the ball 27 times.
That's a lot of times. I'm not even gonna.
You're averaging one fumble a game, which may not seem all that much, but when you realize that it's the same player fumbling the ball at least on average once a game, that's bad.
You can't blame it on the center.
Exactly. You can't blame it on the center after that many times. Saquon Barkley is injury prone.
Sometimes you
I hate
could.
to say it, but Saquon Barkley, as much as he had a breakout rookie season in 2018, he is injury prone. Past 2 years has suffered major season-ending injuries. I think he's played a combined total of 4 games in 2 years. And that was just 4 games from last year, and he had a high ankle sprain or something else that ended his season. That being said, the Giants' defense, I think, will perform better than their offense in terms of allowing Daniel Jones to get time, but I have absolutely zero faith in Daniel Jones to do anything spectacular this year. Daniel Jones to me is the equivalent of Mitchell Trubisky. He had a decent first year that showed signs of flashes, but just never lived up to it. I guarantee you by the end of the season and even going into next year's draft, they will be drafting another quarterback and having somebody start by game 17.
Or they just sign a quarterback in free agency.
They could, but I have zero faith in Daniel Jones to do anything. I have the Giants not even going above 500. I
say
backup
maybe
quarterback?
5 wins.
Maybe.
I got 5 to 6 wins. 5 to 6
Maybe.
wins.
Yeah. So
The
last
Giants backup.
We play the Giants, and don't we play the Giants?
we play the Giants as our bonus 17th game.
Easy win.
Now let's translate into
you say that, but remember last year, the Jets beat the Rams. Remember that the Jets beat the Rams last year.
I mean, they also beat the Browns, but I mean, every team is going to have those games that they just lose against a team that they shouldn't have lost against. Like the Dolphins was the Broncos. I mean, I guarantee the Bucs probably had a game.
Yeah.
Now, aside from the Giants, let's just go right into the last team. The last team and certainly the least team, the Philadelphia Eagles. Leon, would you like to start us off?
All right. So the Eagles for me are a hit and miss. I see 7 and 10 because Jalen Hurts is there. We have a lot of hype behind Jalen. He's starting, but he's going to see how difficult it is this year. Yeah, I watched him play the last games last year, and to me, it didn't look too good. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he's flashy.
Yeah.
And then the receiver core, they're good, but the
Not
Eagles,
great.
like, their defense has not been surprising me. They're always in, like, high-scoring games, but their offense can't come through because – I don't know. It was just watching them was just like, in awe. They're just to watch for like good little highlight plays and stuff. I don't think they can keep up with a lot of teams this year.
Okay. All right. Anthony, you got anything to add?
I'm going to say 6 and 11.
Okay.
So I give them at least 6 wins and 11 losses. Like
third in the division.
Okay.
Third in the division, you're saying?
Yes, third in the division.
I just don't see it. It's still another rebuilding year. Yeah, because Jalen Hurts, he's the week 1 starter, and then you got Devontae Smith, their receiver they took in the first round, but it's still another rebuilding year. He's still learning process with everything. That's just what I see it as. I see it being a learning process again this year, and then maybe next season, and after this year, it gets better. But this season, it's a learning process for him.
Okay. Now, I'm going to take what both of you guys said and just take it down a couple levels. I don't see the Eagles doing anything this year, anything good.
So you see 4 and
how many wins?
We'll get there in a second. Don't worry. We'll get there in a second. I got my list ready. But let me just say this. The Eagles' offense is concerning, and their defense is even more concerning. Their offense alone, let's just say this. Jalen Hurts, definitely not elite. Definitely not super starter worthy, but he's serviceable for right now. Okay? Yeah. He's a young guy. He has a lot to prove. Give him a shot. Now, you also have to remember they did sign Joe Flacco in free agency as a backup. Now, Flacco is a quality second stringer now. He is old. Other than that, Zach Ertz is washed, and he fell off hard. I haven't seen that guy do anything remotely good. Other than Travis Fulgham and Devonta Smith, I don't know what the rest of the receiving core looks like. They still have Miles Sanders at running back, so there's a little bit of hope there. Their offensive line is old. There's nobody young on the team.
Give up a lot of sacks.
Exactly.
I don't like that.
The 2017 Philadelphia Eagles offensive line was one of the best in the league. But
when they went to the Super Bowl,
yes, they were good. The offensive line was solid. You had lots of key players on there, but now they're add 3 years to them. They're all old. There's nobody there that can really. I mean, they still have Kelsey on there, Jason Kelsey as the center, which probably the only good one along with Brandon Brooks. The defense is what genuinely terrifies me. You take away Fletcher Cox, and there's no one left.
Right, because they signed Darius Slay, I like him. He's from Tampa Bay area, but they signed him to a big contract, and he's underperforming. Very, underperforming.
One player cannot carry an entire defense.
No.
One player can carry an offense, but not one player can carry a defense. Similar to that, if you take that away, they did get Ryan Kerrigan in free agency from Washington, cutting him. But like I said, other than Fletcher Cox, Darius Slay, and now Ryan Kerrigan, I couldn't even tell you who another person on the Eagles defense is.
Very true. Right.
So that'll wrap up this breakdown. So now let's go with this. Why don't you guys give me record predictions? Who wants to start?
So I'm saying
You start, Anthony. I mean,
no team's gonna have a winning record this year. I'm
Okay.
saying it's gonna start off. I'm gonna say the Giants go 7-9.
7.
Okay. So that's first place 7-9.
First place 7-9.
First place?
Mm.
Washington football team. I'm gonna go 6-11.
Ooh.
Wait. The Giant member 17 games, and you said Giants would go 7-9. Is that 7-10 or 8-9?
I mean, Giants go 7-10. I meant.
Okay. Wow.
Okay.
I got the Washington football team finishing right behind them. 6-12.
Subtract the game.
6-11. 6-11. Sorry,
right.
it's the math in my head I
Yeah.
can't do.
All right.
And then sadly, Cowboy fans, I got 4-13. And then the Eagles go 2-15.
Oh.
15.
Oh.
Come on.
Oh man, that hurt my heart. Wow, no faith. Leon, let me see yours.
All right. So I got the Cowboys. I got them going 9 and 8?
9-8. Okay.
I was going 9 and 8. That's first place. Second place, I got the Washington team going 8 and 9.
Okay, so right behind them.
They got some good games, good defensive games. Then in third place, I got the Eagles going 4. No, 5. I'm gonna give them 5 games. 5 and 12, right?
Alrighty.
And then in last place, I got the Giants going 3.
3-14.
3-14.
Wow, no faith for the NFC East today. And hey, at least you gave them an over 500 team for once. Let's run it out with me. All right, guys, getting ready for this. So we have
That should be interesting.
Giants winning the divisional title. We have, what'd you say, the Cowboys winning the divisional title, Leon?
Yes, Cowboys are going to win it, and they're
I
going to be
say
in the playoffs.
The Washington football team will win the divisional title
That was my first prediction.
at 10-7. I say they get 10 wins.
10-7.
10-7.
10-7.
Okay,
A little Fitzmagic.
A little Fitzmagic is always going to make things a little bit better.
Yeah,
look at that team.
you go through the cycle with Fitzmagic.
Yeah, I know, but just sit with me on this. Remember, they went 7-9 with a defense that was a prototype defense and no offense. Now they have
Chase Young.
Yes, again, a prototype defense, and now they have a more set in stone defense and a better offense. So I say they get 10 wins. 10 wins, 7 losses. But you also have to remember that they do play 6 divisional games, so that's like 5 easy wins right there. Second place, I have the Cowboys going 7-10.
Mm-hmm.
I say they do better, but I think that defense is really going to kill them. I have the Giants going 4-13 as third place.
No faith.
And the Eagles are going 3-14, even worse.
No faith.
Now, with that being said, Washington football team in the playoffs, I have them going 4th in the playoffs, battling against the Saints in the first round, beating the Saints, advancing to the divisional round, but then losing to Green Bay in the second. So a little bit of faith for the NFC East this time around. I think next season will be a lot better.
A little bit of faith.
It's a little bit, not too much. You can't give them too much hope. But
no. The NFC South, though, you can give a lot of hope.
Not really. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this episode. If you made it this far, go ahead and leave a like, leave a comment. Tell us how much we were right. Tell us how much we were wrong. Eagles fans, please don't try to look for our addresses. We know we pretty much didn't pick you guys to do anything.
And I know you guys are loyal. You know, I love Philly. Please.
But please, just stop. Just
thank you.
Just sit patiently.
For listening to us three.
Yeah, maybe next year, guys. But anyway, like I said,
maybe next year.
The next divisional breakdown episode will be going to the AFC. We just finished our NFC side, so we'll be starting with the AFC South, and that will be a pretty interesting episode as well. So again, thank you so much for watching, and we will see you guys real soon.